Gentle music. We're ready to go up the hill, up the mountain to glimpse the elusive Area 51 with our own eyes. Interviewer: when did you see your first disc? The first disc I saw, I believe it was the second, or I think it was the third time I was up there. We came out and I saw the disc in the hangar. Upon seeing it, it struck me that, well, this explains all the UFO sightings, that this must have been some advanced form of fighter that we've been working on for years, and, people have just caught it being tested, so on and so forth. Has music, car zooming, upbeat music. We're driving basically to the back side, is that right? This side is where you see a cliff when you're going up from the back side. I see. Johnny is a crazy driver. Dude, with this Jeep, I feel like I am impervious. But that is making me a little anxious. Bright music. We are arriving to Rachel, Nevada, which, I looked at it on the map and I was like, oh, it's like a little city. It's not a city. It's like a little settlement in the middle of nothing. Bright music, jet whooshing. You can hear the sound. Wow. Beep. Yeah. Just up there. Freaking cruising. Turning left and right. Here's another one. Look at this thing. Look at this thing turn. Look at that. Oh my God. Look, it just made a 90-degree turn. Just woo. Who is in that plane right now? Did you see that 90-degree? Your host, dude, that looked insane. Dramatic music. Narrator: look at where we are right now. Here next to what was once a lake. Sudwenny, deep in the vast desert of Nevada. During World War II, the military took over huge amounts of land out here. They eventually used it to test weapons, nuclear weapons. If you were in Las Vegas in the 40s and 50s, sometimes you could see these tests in the distance. Then in the 1950s, the newly created CIA had a secret project they wanted to work on. But they needed a vast tract of land where no one would see them. So they turned to the desert of Nevada and they found this dry lake bed. It would be perfect for a runway. 54. The CIA, a spy organization, was building an airplane. Back in the 1950s, the chief adversary of the West was the Soviet Union, and that was a closed society. So it was not easy to find out what their military strength was, their order of battle. It was deemed that overhead reconnaissance would be the way to go. The result was this. This is a super strange aircraft called the U-2, and the thing flies high, like super high. In the 1950s and 60s, your average airliner would be flying up 30,000, 40,000 feet. For the U-2, reaching altitudes above 60,000 feet, above 70,000 feet was truly impressive. What does it look like when you're 70,000 feet above the Earth's surface? From 70,000 feet, you can easily see the curvature of the Earth. It's almost like being in outer space. Narrator: so it's the 1950s, and the CIA is secretly in the business of making spy planes, and they're using the U-2 to spy on. The Soviets from high above, outside, see the curvature of the Earth. It's almost like being in outer space. Narrator: so it's the 1950s, and the CIA is secretly in the business of making spy planes, and they're using the U-2 to spy on the Soviets from high above, outside the reach of Soviet radar and missiles. Military bases, infrastructure, intercontinental ballistic missile sites, rocket testing, cosmodromes where the space rockets were being launched, the submarine pens, the Navy. All of the Soviets' assets were studied. Narrator. The CIA was able to keep their base in the desert secret. Once the U-2 was successfully flying, they packed up and shut it down. It had fulfilled its purpose. But this base would be back soon, and eventually the entire world would know about it. Light music. Okay, we're meeting Jorg. Door knocking. Hello, hello. Oh, hey, how are you? Good, nice to meet you. Very nice to meet you. Come on in. Thank you, thank you. The interviewer. Not very many people move into the middle of the desert. You know, for their interest and passion. What brought you here? Well, like many tourists, I came up here for what was supposed to be a day trip. I learned that Area 51 is a real base in the Nevada desert that you can go to the perimeter and visit it. So I had to see it. So I fell in love with the desert, and I fell in love with the mystery of Area 51. That's almost 27 years ago now. Interviewer. Did you have an open-mindedness towards the extraterrestrial narrative? I was open to UFOs, military, CIA base where they keep hardcore prisoners. Who knows what all the conspiracy theories are about Area 51? And then through my own research and through